The war has changed. The war with COVID, that is, the war with the Delta variant. These words are kind of chilling, don't you think? I woke up this morning, checked my Twitter feed, and saw all of this information regarding an internal CDC document that was released to the Washington Post, talking about the Delta variant and COVID and where we stand right now. And the phrase, the war has changed, was actually used in this document. Kind of sent chills up my spine. Guys, this is really a big deal because in this document, it also said that the Delta variant is as transmissible as the chicken pox. Now, I think that's really, it's not only telling, but it's also impactful because we know the chicken pox. Chicken pox is our generation, isn't it? Okay. I was around before we had a chicken pox vaccine, and many of you were too. We know about the chicken pox. So if this is any help to understand how transmissible it is, the document also says that Delta is more transmissible than MERS, than SARS, than Ebola, than the common cold, than the seasonal flu, and the 1918 Spanish flu. Let me just reiterate that. The Delta variant is more transmissible. That means it's more easily spread than all of those diseases that I just mentioned. And it is spread as easily as the chicken pox. Do you need any more information to tell you that this is something that we have to pay attention to? That this is something to be vaccinated against? That this is something to take your family and encourage your friends to get vaccinated against? That it's something to get your children who are of age to get vaccinated against? You know, I know so many of you and us have questions and have concerns, but what I just mentioned should be at the top of that list. Literally. That Delta is more transmissible than MERS, SARS, Ebola, the common cold, the Spanish flu, and the seasonal flu, and it's as transmissible as the chicken pox. This document also said that, as we know, the Delta variant is highly contagious, but that it's also likely more severe, meaning more dangerous if you get it, and that there is a higher risk with older people than younger people, regardless of vaccine status. We know that breakthrough infections have been happening. Those are infections that are occurring in people who are vaccinated. And one of the reasons why that may be happening, according to this document and other information we've gotten from the CDC, is that now there's apparently some data that has yet to be published that suggests that those who are vaccinated have the same amount of viral load or number of virus particles in them as those who are unvaccinated, which means that the vaccinated people can spread it perhaps as easily as those who are unvaccinated. That's a change from what we thought before. It doesn't mean that the vaccine is not as effective. I did a video on this. Please check it out. The vaccine is just as effective as we thought it was, meaning it keeps us from dying from COVID. It keeps us from being hospitalized and being intubated with COVID, breathing tube. But it perhaps can be spread just as easily as those who are unvaccinated. You know, guys, this is all a game changer. All of this is a game changer. All of this is look, we knew this was important. So I'm not saying that it's more important than we thought it was. It's just as important. But what this means is that we're finding out more and more sort of disturbing information about just how this virus functions. If there was any question in your mind before about whether you should get vaccinated, I hope there isn't any longer. This should tell you, if nothing else, you need to get vaccinated. Your kids need to get vaccinated. Your family members, your friends need to get vaccinated. I wouldn't play around with this at all. Guys, I'm going to keep you updated. There are updates happening all the time about COVID and Delta variant. I'm Dr. Jen Caudle, a practicing family physician, an on-air health expert and video creator. Also, I have a group called I Got the COVID Vaccine on Facebook. It is to help people learn more about the vaccine, to be encouraged by others who are getting the vaccine. Please join that group. If you have not subscribed to my channel and click the little bell for updates, I invite you to do so. Guys, I'll be back soon.